Hello there humans and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin! Day 2! We have 25 red Pikmin, let's not try and kill them all. And in the Forest of Hope. Now this is a pretty nice level, world area thing. Definitely good for a sort of start off. Like, the game just sort of builds up and gets progressively more difficult, as you'd expect, really. You know, it'd be a pretty weird game if it started off ridiculously hard and then got easier and easier. Someone should make a game like that. The first part of the game is just a nightmare, and then it's just Mirror's Edge actually springs to mind for that. You start off and it is a nightmare purely because you're not too good with controls, and then as you get grips with it, it sort of becomes a bit easier. Granted, some of the fighting can be a bit hard, but anyway, back to Pikmin. I do quite like that little function of being able to disband them near an object and they will just get to work with it. Granted, I probably should have, you know, kept some Pikmin with me to carry these back. But it does mean that they get the gate down a little bit quicker. Not an amazingly quick though. So there we go, get more Pikmin. Another nice little mechanic is obviously if you take something, one of these pellets back that is the same colour as the Pikmin carrying it, it will produce double the amount of Pikmin. I forgot how long it takes for Pikmin to sprout in this. Pikmin 2 is a bit quicker. Pikmin 3, as soon as it lands on the ground you can pull them out, which is quite nice. But there's me talking about Pikmin 3 again. I just like it so much, it's a really good game. Anyway, this area, it is perfectly possible to get 3 or 4 ship parts in a day, if you're lucky. So even 5 if you really push it, but I'm not that good. Yep, really bigging myself up there. So yeah, go through this, kill the monsters, harvest some more Pikmin. Why not? That's what we're here for. Well, not really, we're here for ship parts, but still. The more Pikmin we have, the better in the long run, because some of them are about to get eaten or drowned or fall off cliffs or crushed or burned or stuff. So it's always good to have a few more, especially when you get to those ship parts. I mean, you can't go through the entire game with just 28 Pikmin, so we'll need a fair bit more than that to carry, really. 3, yep. So, we explore the mighty world, and look, there's a ship part over there. I can't remember what that is. The Eternal Fuel Dynamo, I want to say. Go on, push it, there we go. A well-placed hit on a bulbmin like that, not a bulbmin, a bulb like that will just crush it, which is good, it's nice. A little bit brutal really, but still, it deserved it. Why, it's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo! It has unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. No, it won't either. How many does it take to carry back? 10? 40! See, that's why having more Pikmin is important. 40! Barely enough, really. Do-do-do. Yeah, you're not gonna kill that with 2. It's quite a nice relaxing level, isn't it? Especially the music, it's just sort of quite calm, really. Makes it seem as though everything is going to be alright, even though, you know, you're stuck on an alien world. At this point, 29 days left to live. And you're entrusting your life into these strange little creatures. They could be quite sinister, really. I mean, they just sort of stare at you. They do your bidding, but they could quite easily turn on you. Maybe it's because of the light that's sticking out of his head. He looks a bit like a sort of Pikmin creature. They see him as some sort of leader Pikmin. As the light could be like a sort of leaf in their mind. One thing about this game is the amount of time it does take to harvest Pikmin, my god. So, let's get some more, why not? You'd think I'd know how to count, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not enough. Throw another one up. Hooray! That's not going to be enough. You see, in hindsight, I thought, well, okay, granted I've taken the right amount here to get this bit back. I know what I'm doing, honest. It does help if Pikmin don't fall over and land behind, obviously. I love the personality of them. They're brilliant. What's this? The shock absorber. This apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing with this in place. Usually. Not filling me with the utmost confidence. That usually made me kinda suspicious. But hey, I don't have to fly the ship, so it's alright. That would be quite cool, if you could actually fly the dolphin. I don't know what you actually do with it. Oh look, now they're dying. Now they're dying. Now it's all going to hell. Oh great. Olimar, what have you done? You get off on this, don't you? You enjoy it, just watching the little red carrot creatures fall to their doom, munched by the giant monster. You're not gonna kill that. You are not gonna kill that. Not with this many Pikmin. I think that's them all dead, isn't it? Nope, there's one left. Yeah, that went well, didn't it? That went really well. Well, we've got a piece of the ship. Really, technically, sort of, that's work done for the day. Of course, the faster you get to it, the better. So go get more Pikmin, damn it, Olimar. Get some more, rustle them up, rustle them up. Get that shock absorber back to the ship, then go and get some other Pikmin. One thing I don't like is having to wait for them. You move so much faster than the Pikmin, which I suppose is why it's important to get them up to flower level, so that they do move quickly, because at the moment, you could start just running off, and if you do start falling over, lagging behind, they'll even just sort of get lost and disband themselves from the group if you go too far ahead. And also, if you go around corners a lot, they will just sort of get stuck and lost, and you'll end up with an army of 50 turning into like 20 maybe, because you're an idiot who can't control his men, units, creatures, things. My clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on I must pay close attention to everything. Everything in the world! It will be mine! Yes! Pikmin gauges from left to right. These numbers reflect Pikmin under my command, Pikmin in the field, and total Pikmin. Yes. Adjust cameras, things, press Y. Why? Why would we want to view things? Anyway. continue on our epic journey. What is that noise? Oh, it's Pikmin sprouting. Well, growing into bulb Pikmin. Bud Pikmin. Leaf to bud to flower. It's a really interesting concept, actually. Creatures that are also part plants. There we go, little budding Pikmin. Yes, granted I could have left them in there so they'd grow into flowers, but really, just get to it as quick as possible. Trying to be really... Oh, ruined it. Ruined it. There we go. Get the big thing back. And here comes our second ship piece. Don't know why I sounded so crazy about that. Right, that makes 2. For those of you keeping score. Somebody should be, I'm not. Wait a minute. This nifty little device can't track shaking. Lovely. Does it do anything for mongoose? Got a few of them just shaking around. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just bored. I'm running out of things to say. Well, intelligent things to say. I've got plenty of nonsense I can say. My goat is made of cheese and I lick it every Tuesday. But not the first Tuesday of the month. That's its day off. Also, it's usually in Gibraltar at that time of the year. Yes. Harvesting its passion fruit milk. Don't want to get in between the mongoose and its passion fruit milk. Anyway, obviously, as you can see, each enemy does have its own sort of like little weakness and sort of trick to defeating easily. The bulbs, it's just sort of like crushing them or overpowering them. With those guys, chuck them on the back. So get your Pikmin to stand behind you. You throw it at the back. If you've got about 20 on there, it should come down in about 5 or so seconds. Doesn't really take too long to defeat. Things like the Snagret, which we'll be seeing later, a little bit more tricky. Obviously they're like big, birdy, snaky things. Weak spot on them is the head. It sort of burrows in the ground, bursts out, throw stuff at its head, and just destroy it. Just destroy it. And then of course you've got smaller, more easy monsters, which make it a bit more fun. Then there's really weird, nasty things like Emperor Blacks. He isn't fun, especially in this game. He is not fun at all. Yeah, get rid of this thing before we introduce the yellow. Down, so it's a little bit easier for myself when I'm harvesting the yellows. How long's left in the day? I think we're about 3/4 of the way, maybe 2/3. Coming up, well, about 3/4, yeah. So it might be a bit of a push to get a third piece back to the ship, but we will end up with 2 Pikmin types to start the next day off, which isn't too bad I suppose. But just 2 more pieces, and then we can explore a new area. But of course, put them back, go and get the yellows. Really probably not enough time to actually get that piece because I messed around so much at the beginning of the day. We're getting like 20 Pikmin killed by that monster. It was all going so well, wasn't it? But here we go. Yellow! Look at those lugs. Bloody huge, aren't they? Huge ears. The colour is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has what, in some circles, could consider to be very large ears. No kidding, mate. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter, they are obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a moose. Timothy the moose, to be precise. That's one thing that I hope never happens. Pikmin extinction. Because building up an entire species of Pikmin from scratch again is a bit of a nightmare, really. I mean, it's pretty slow and arduous here, but that's to be expected. This is just setting off. But if you're halfway through the game or something like that and you have a catastrophe where loads of Pikmin just end up dead, which again, I am quite good, so hopefully that won't happen. It's gonna happen now, isn't it? Yeah, then you're just in for a nightmare. What are you doing, you stupid Pikmin? That is a wall. You can't bash your head against it. You need to bomb rockets! Yeah! Blow it to hell! So much Pikmin! So much Pikmin. Anyway, where'd the one that was the wall go? Oh well, yellow Pikmin have picked up peculiar stones. What did they decide to grab them? Why? Just why? No, you fools. My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and onions will probably be entering the edge. But yeah, any Pikmin that aren't hanging around the dolphin or an onion will die if left there overnight. They will be eaten by the monsters. Yes, explosive rocks, aren't they lovely? Perhaps these stones... The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block the pathways. Maybe be able to use them against some enemies. You must be vigilant. Pikmin I dismiss by pressing X, bring their bombs when I call them back. Pikmin I throw by pressing A, drop their bombs when I call them back. Keep clear of the explosion. When I touch Pikmin directly, they keep their bombs and fall in line. More on that story later. I'm sure that you'll get to see me being an absolute idiot and killing some Pikmin in a bomb rock explosion at some point, because I am a bit of a useless arse, really. Look, it's right there. It's so close. How many do we need to carry it? 20. Don't even have enough. Oh, quick, kill it till it is dead. good friends. Is that? Well, a mildly successful day, I suppose. Didn't get too many killed. We got quite a lot killed, more than I wanted, but we didn't get too many killed, which is the important part, I suppose. We covered 2 ship parts, not too bad. Could have been a lot better, but on the other hand, did end up finding the yellow Pikmin as well, which is pretty good because they are very, very important. So come on, show me the bad news. How many did we actually lose? It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How would that improve my chances? How that would improve my chances? I can't read. Yeah, there could be many hostile life forms here. Yeah. Good thing about having the radar screen is that once it is up and running, you can just use it to find all of the ship pieces that are in that area, which makes it so much easier. Lost in battle 16. Really? Only 16?